perhaps let me start with what I mentioned in the monologue, the 5th anniversary this week of the Tea Party. And I mention this because I also saw in the news last week that Fannie Mae paid back 109% of what they borrowed. This is the Tea Party big issue, right? Bailouts, too much socialism. If you're keeping score, AIG, another one of the big bailouts, they paid back 115%. The bank industry paid back 103%. The car industry, they're lagging at 83%. But basically, we got most, or if not all, of the money back. Socialism works sometimes, doesn't it?
No.
No?
No.
Isn't this socialism? And well, what would the world have looked like if we hadn't bailed all those people out?
Well, those bailouts happened before the Tea Party. They were mostly under Bush and
No, I know. I'm asking, but the Tea Party condemned them. I'm asking.
Well, the Tea Party condemned a lot of things that it was right to condemn, and it condemned the establishment.
So they were right to condemn these.
They were right to be worried about them, to think they were a very bad precedent, but that is not the origin of the Tea Party. What happened? What was the origin of the Tea Party 5 years ago? It wasn't about bailouts.
Sure it was.
It was not. It was about a mortgage bill, and then it was about Obamacare,
it was
about the stimulus.
It was about a black president. But let's...
That's bullshit. That
really?
is total bullshit.
That's bullshit.
You think tens of millions of people just out there think...
Well, it happened
even you don't believe that. You're just saying that.
I totally believe
really?
that. Well, it happened a month after he took office. Suddenly, white people were very upset about debt, even though Bush had raised the debt way more than Obama had.
They were upset about Bush's raising the debt.
I don't remember a Tea Party then.
There was conservative upset about Bush raising the debt, and the Tea Party was a rebellion against the Republican establishment as well as the Democratic establishment.
Really? Well,
yes.
Suddenly, they were at the town hall.
But you just said it was about both. You just said it was about a black president and about bailouts. It actually did start under President Bush, not President Obama. But to your point, the Tea Party has, look, I do think it started as a truly fiscal disciplinarian mass movement. Like all these people, Republicans have been trying to get people like revved up to think fiscal issues are sexy for a really long time, and finally they codified behind this mass movement to really rein in federal spending. That was a good thing. It got off the rails a little bit after 2010, right? When you have a Tea Party caucus in the House of Representatives that Michelle Bachmann is the head of, and the 6 other members are signers of the birther bill, and Paul Ryan, the real fiscal disciplinarian, head of the Budget Committee, is nowhere near them, like, then there's reason for caution.
But, you know, if you go on a Tea Party website, and I have, the things I do for you people, they don't really seem to care about that debt that much. You know what they're talking about? They're talking about Benghazi, impeach Obama, because it's not because he's black, and Obamacare. I wonder if they ever really cared about the debt that much.
It was co-opted. Because it wasn't an organized movement, it was this mass movement. It was co-opted by more organized forces that frankly, had less and less to do with fiscal discipline and more to do with their own whatever their pet issue was.
Okay, so we hate socialism. That brings